I've known God for a long time, almost 50 years. And I hate to admit this, but some of the pain that I've experienced in the last few years, and how I intentionally stopped listening to God. I stopped doing what he asked me to do. But in the same time, I'm complaining to God. God, it still hurts. God, the pain is still there. God, why don't you do one of your miracle things? You know, just pour that pixie dust on there and let me be better, because I believe your Bible says that you're a God who does miracles. You're a God who can do anything. So God, do that thing in me. Over the next few weeks, as I re-enter into my role here, I'm going to share with you some of the things that God has shown me in this time about listening to him, hearing him. But I have to say thank you first. I want to say thank you to you. Those of you who've been part of this place, you know me. Those of you who are brand new here, you came and checked us out. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to serve you and to be a church where we can help people experience this God of the universe who loves you. And I just appreciate you, just what you afforded me as a pastor, to take time away and to be healed and to intentionally stop and reflect upon who he is. It's the greatest gift you could give anybody. When you see the best in somebody, say, hey, you're not living your best and we need you at your best, or we want you at your best because you're a child of God and we're going to help you experience that. That's love. Continually providing the alcoholic with booze because they really want it and they need it, that's not love. That's not the best for them. But when you take a step back and say, hey, we're going to help you get healed. You won't put your own, arm in a cast, so we're going to help you do that. And you guys, just fantastic. Thank you. And don't we have the best team around? Yeah. Our pastoral team, yeah. Rev Kev and Pastor Kay. Where's Kay at? She's, yay. Stephen, you married well, brother. Nice job, man. Yeah. And thanks for letting her serve alongside of us. And when I was gone, we baptized, you saw the video, 35 people. Now, I snuck in on that and watched. And I'm looking, I'm going, I don't know some of these people are getting baptized. All this happened while I was gone. This is amazing. Unbelievable. More people than we've ever baptized, I think, in the history of our church in 20 years. And I wasn't even here. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's fantastic. Man, you guys crushed it. I have to tell you, the first month of being gone, I was gone for 4 months. For those that don't know, the first month was awful. It was really hellish. I didn't know what to do. I said, what do I do? And so, I don't know if you do this, but when you don't know what's going on with something that you really care about, you think about it a lot. There's another term for it the Bible uses. It's called worry. And I'm here stressing over this place. What's happened? Are anybody showing up? Is anybody giving? Is there any problems going on? And the church, God bless them, took away all my passwords, couldn't get into my email, couldn't get into nothing. And I'm being serious, nothing. They said, do not show up on this property. We will kick you off. Don't even drive by it. So I'm getting nothing. And I got this one buddy. I've known him 33 years, so a long time. Been in my home many times. He's just a great guy. Really, really appreciate him. In fact, he comes over to the house all the time because he brings my grandkids over. And he would come over. Pastor Stephen, my son, who's one of the pastors on the team here, would come over and go, how's church? And he'd look at me and go, Dad, you're on sabbatical. You're not supposed to talk about it. I know, but hey, I changed your diapers. Come on. Come on, man. And he's, Dad, I know. And that putz, he was lipped up. I could not get anything out of him. And it was rough. I think I got like 4 texts from people in church, and they were like, oh man, Kevin's crushing it. You don't even need to come back. I did come back 2 weeks ago to hear Pastor Becky speak and share, and it was really cool. And I'm walking through the lobby out there. Some of you saw me, and it was just really nice. And I moved from worrying about you know, what's happening to this place to, does this place even need me? Am I still valuable? And what if they don't want me back? These are kind of the things that first month going through my head. What if I'm not even wanted? And I'm walking the halls a couple Sundays ago, and I met a guy I didn't know, first time here, nice guy, and said, "Hi, I'm Charlie, and nice to meet you." And okay, so you are who? And he was really nice about it, but it was like, who? I'm Charlie. I'm the senior pastor of Church on the Ridge. He goes, "Oh, you're that guy." And again, the guy was wonderful. There's no issue, but it hurt a bit. Like, hey. And I began to think about many of you who have been around here a long time. Some of you have been around here as long as, helped us start the church 20 years ago. Some of you have been around a while, you were with us in the old building. And you sacrificed, and you gave, and you supported, and you served, and man, you poured into it. And now we've been over here for a little while, and maybe you're starting to feel a little bit like I felt, like, am I even needed? Am I even wanted? A lot of new people, maybe all the intentions going to the new people, all the love's going to the new people, and man, I've been here. And I want you to know, you are not here to be forgotten. You're not forgotten, and you're not here to be forgotten. And I can't thank you enough. Those of you that have been here and you've stood by this place and you've helped it and you've supported it, you've discipled your kids have been raised here, you've served and volunteered. And I'll be reaching out to you over the next few months and be talking about what God has for us in the future, because my time here is starting to slow down a little bit. But God's got good things for us. One of the things that we did when Sandy and I moved here 21 years ago, we moved here in 2003. We started the church in 2004, but we began to pray. God, we began to intentionally pray, intentionally spend time with God. God, what do you want for us? What do we do? And as we began to look at the community was not near as big as it is today, but we look at the community and we saw little kids, medium kids, big kids, everywhere we went. There's kids. There's another one. Look, there's another one. They're running in the parks, running in the streets. Man, there's kids everywhere. And it was like God was saying, Charlie, I heard the statement, whoever wins the kids wins. Whoever wins the kids, whoever wins the heart of your kids wins your family. It's true. People love people who love their kids, right? When I whip out my phone and show you my grandkids, you better fawn over them. Oh, they're the cutest things in the world. Man, if you don't, I'm right you up. You're dead to me. No, people love people who love their kids. So whoever wins the kids wins. So we've got to do something. When we moved here, Stephen was 12 years old. My daughter Hannah was 8. My youngest was 6, Caleb. And we said, hey, we're going to start this church. We're going to try to reach people. And Stephen says, Daddy, I'll help. I was a children's pastor for many years. He goes, Daddy, I want to be a children's pastor. I want to work with students. And okay, that's cool, but you're 12, right? Hannah goes, Daddy, I want to help too. I want to work with preschool. I want to work in the nursery with the preschool kids. That's awesome. But you're 8, And Caleb was 6, and he raised, Daddy, I want to eat the donuts. So we told him we were going to serve donuts at church. This would be a great church, having donuts. This is awesome. So it was really cool. So we needed someone to work with the kids. And we had heard that at Northwest University, they'd hired a brand new student ministries director. And she was brand new. So I said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to her and see if she's got any students that will come up here and intern maybe and work with our kids, because we've got so many kids around this place. And so I made an appointment, sat in her office, and where are you actually? She goes, well, we just moved here. Yeah, we came from Minneapolis, and we're here, and, it's a new place for us. And, I don't know the students really all that well yet, but if we get to know them, and so I'm just going, hey, you know what? You're new, we're new. Why don't you come over to our house for dinner? So they come over to dinner, her and her husband, Tony, and brought her 2 little kids, Andrew and Katie. And Katie was 6 years old, and Caleb was 6 years old, so that was kind of cute, and they didn't like each other, but it was kind of cute. And And so, I just put on the dog. I bought steaks, that like this thick and just, hey, I'm just trying to be nice. I want her to send students our way. And by the time that dinner was over, she says, you know what, Tony and I have been praying about it since we met. And we feel like we're supposed to come and be your children's pastors if you'll have us. Like, you kidding me? We get the professor, not the intern? Nothing wrong with interns, but come on, you get and it was, one of those answers to prayer when you intentionally spend time with the Lord, listening to his voice. It's amazing what takes place. I know it's my first Sunday back. Can I chase a rabbit? Okay, it's the first thing. 27 years ago, Sandy and I began praying for our youngest son, Caleb. He came out, this is the kid that wants to eat the donuts, and he was just a little chunk. He's a little Buddha baby, we call him, because he had rolls on top of rolls, and just the cutest little guy in the world. And we began to pray for his spouse. We began to pray for the person that he would one day commit to in marriage. God, bring him a person into his life that will walk alongside him. Help him to follow you. Let the two of them serve you together. Whatever calling, whatever vocation they do, but God, let it be with you in the center of their heart, the center of their life. And we began to pray over that for him. Now fast forward 21 years. We're taking this little boy that we've been praying for 21 years off to college. And we fly across the country. When I say we, Sandy actually flew him across country to Lakeland, Florida. I know some of you are here from Lakeland this morning. God bless you guys. Welcome. And, or close to it. Yeah. And we fly him all the way out there, and she's walking. About 7 years into the start of the church, Chris and Tony moved away, moved back east, and we continued to contact them and the whole thing. But they weren't with us anymore. But growing up, Caleb and Katie hate each other, just these kids, and two pastors' kids. Why do we always have to be together? Because we're always together, right? And what was it, Katie again? It's the only one my age, but she's a girl. Fly to Lakeland, Florida, Southeastern University. Sandy's walking through the cafeteria, and she sees Chris, our old children's pastor. Chris, what are you doing? So I just took a job. I'm now the dean of ministries for the whole school. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, we just moved here. Well, Caleb's going to start school there. Oh, great. And he says, well, where's he going to serve? If you come to school here, you got to serve in the church. You got to volunteer. He goes, wow, we're not even going to give him a car. We don't trust him yet. But, well, Katie is serving at this church. She can give him a ride. Oh, that would be great. Folks, you want to fall in love with someone? Serve in ministry together. Volunteer in a church together. You'll find out that, hey, this person's values line up with my values. Hey, we're moving in the same direction. We're serving the same God. You can find, someone who's just all hot and he's just looking the best, and, but you won't make it 40 years. When you're out of alignment, it doesn't work. But him and Katie began to see that, man, our hearts are for the same thing. And they started serving together, and then they got married. And today, we just moved them from where they'd served, one of the largest churches in the area, to Tucson, Arizona. I've been to Tucson once for less than 24 hours when I helped them unload the stinking truck, and it was 9,000 degrees outside. Okay, that's the end of that rabbit trail. Oh, here's my point. There is a point. Praying for the answer, intentionally spending time with God, not seeing the answer for years and years. And some of you have been praying for your kids a long time. Or you've thought about praying for your kids a long time. Or you gave up praying for your kids for a long time. Or your dream, or something else. And I tell you, man, you talk to my wife, and she'll tell you, you don't stop. You keep going. Good things happen when we intentionally spend time with the Lord. Proverbs 2 says it like this: my child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands. Listen to what I say, treasure my commands. That's prayer. That's intentionally spending time with God. When you listen to him, you say, whoa, I want to hear. This is a treasure for me. God downloaded this to me. This is awesome. And then verse 9 goes on and says, then you will understand what is right and fair, and good things will happen to you. That's not the way the Bible says it. The Bible says that then you'll find the right way to go. Some of you right now, you're going, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go in my marriage. I don't know if we're going to make it 40 years. I don't know if I'm going to make it in this job. I don't know if I have to leave this job, stay in this job. Do I move out of the area? Do we sell our house? What do we do? I don't know what to do. And it says, hey, intentionally spend time with me and you will find the right way to go. And here's what God says. When you begin to spend time with him, you'll find out that he says, I am for you, not against you. That I will give you strength that you never knew you had. Nothing can stand against you when God is with you. When I begin to listen to God, intentionally spend time with him, and he directs me to do the things that he wants me to do instead of the things that I want to do for God,